So another big thing, obviously, that's been coming down the pipe the last year or so is smokable hemp.
Mm.
And so there's obviously different states, like we were talking about, have different rules. It's just getting ridiculous. And one of our members asked, how does he navigate the smokable hemp ban in Texas? And how can how can he do that? And his businesses are making the most money off of smokable hemp.
Yeah, that's not unusual. You know, when smokable hemp first became a thing, it seemed like a flash in the pan or sort of a novelty type of a thing. But people are really enjoying it, and not just in the prohibition states. You know, in the Southeast, for instance, it's really big. But smokable hemp is big in other parts of the country where people have access to higher THC varieties. But smokable hemp, the thing I think is one of the pieces is that you can actively go and acquire nice aromatic herbal, good fragrances, flower that has these other cannabinoids, particular CBD, but CBG, in real quantities that can help people like that. And some people don't want, much of that high that's associated with marijuana. They just want the other. So it really is a market. And unfortunately, to your point and to your, to your viewers' point, a lot of states are banning smokable hemp. And unfortunately, there's not necessarily a unified way to go about dealing with this. It really is a state by state issue because, first of all, in general, does the federal law, which legalizes hemp and removes it from the Controlled Substances Act, does that mean that states are prohibited from banning it on their own? And that's a little bit unclear depending on the wording of the statute. We have some helpful news from a lawsuit in Indiana, where Indiana has a smokable hemp ban, and a federal court there entered an injunction, which is just a court order that says that ban cannot go into effect. That was appealed. There was a ruling just very recently where they said, well, that injunction can stand, but it was too broad, and so it was a little bit of a loss there, but that lawsuit's still playing out. But to go back to my point, on a state by state basis, a lot of it has to do with the way the statute or the ban is worded. If it makes smokable hemp a crime, period, and it doesn't give any qualifications for transportation or whatever, that's probably can be struck down. On the other hand, if it's more about you have to obtain certain low cost and easy to obtain licenses to be in possession or to sell it, that might be upheld. And so and Indiana is the only is the only lawsuit I believe that's pending. I could be wrong about that because there's lots of contemplated lawsuits in different states about smokable hemp. But it really is, to go back to Texas, it's going to be a case-by-case basis. And in Texas, it may, and in other states, it may require filing a lawsuit against the state.
Interesting. So call Rod if you need to do that, people.
Happy to discuss.